Okay, minasan, today we're gonna take a look at Kamen Rider Geats Boost Mark II. This is a really long awaited form because all of us know that Boost Mark II is coming and even Boost Mark III is gonna come. How do we know? Is because there is a YouTuber out there that actually managed to figure out how does the desired driver identify different rise buckle, and therefore he actually uses that theory to create multiple possibilities of the pin itself, and therefore he actually concluded there is gonna be a boost mark 2 and there's gonna be a boost mark 3 as well. So let us take a look at boost mark 2. It looks so sexy. Love the black and red color combination. I am a big fan of black suit with a little bit of red highlight, and the most important thing here is the golden color at the chest piece itself. It looks really similar, like it's kind of similar to how Geats and the bike just kind of like fuse together, something like that. It reminds me of Kamen Rider Drive, where he used Trideron as his final form, something like that. So this is something similar, inclined to that as well. But we can actually see that Geats is gonna be able to transform into the bike, transform into the fox itself. Not fox, the fox itself. So and this is really interesting because we know that the supporter hero, the supporter rider, is gonna have quite a lot of animal motive, like how Kekera is gonna be a frog and how Cute is gonna be a tiger or lion, something like that. So this is really interesting because this shows that Geats is actually moving into the realm of the supporter rider power, something like that. And even the rise buckle itself, boost mark 2 rise buckle, looks more it looks kind of like it can be used by the laser rise riser, something like that. So I'm really excited to see how the story is gonna go. In this form, we can actually see that Geats is still using the desired driver, but what if there is a possibility that moving forward in the series and how the stories actually goes, in order for as KY and even Neon to be able to move into a different war and participate in that war DGP once again, what if they are actually gonna be taking over their sponsors Laser Rise Riser? And that is why out of nowhere they actually introduced so many sponsors rider, not for the purpose of allowing them to stay back in the series itself, but it is the main purpose of them introducing so many different supporter rider and sponsors rider are actually for our main rider to take over their driver so that they can move to the new world together with the DGP itself. We know that in the latest episode of the DGP, we are actually gonna see Niram is gonna say goodbye to this timeline and he's gonna move on to the next timeline, something like that. So in order for us to for our rider to follow the DGP, one thing they can do is acquire themselves the laser rise riser, and then they can move on together with the DGP itself. How they can attain it is another big question, because we know next episode they are gonna have a big fight with Baroba. Whether or not Baroba kill the rest of the supporter rider, including Jin, is another really interesting for us to see. Okay, so but with that being said, let us move on to the second photo I want to show you guys, and that is this guy. This guy is really hard for me to predict who this guy actually is. Is this Jin or is this Ukiyo S? Because based on what I see here, the form that he actually gave us is the not form, the pose that he gave us is the pose of Ukiyo S. But as we guys can see, this is the laserized riser. So if my theory is correct on how Ukiyo S is gonna replace, how do I say, is gonna replace Jin as the supporter, is gonna take over the laser rise riser from Jin itself, then this is gonna be how Geats actually looks like when he used the boost Mark II rise buckle. But if you actually look carefully, this is two different rice buckle. Okay, like this is not the same rice buckle, I would assume, because this one looks like it has quite a lot of red accent in the motto itself. But when we look at the one previously, we don't actually get to see quite a lot of red accent from the rice buckle itself. So I'm really curious that for them to review who actually is this. Is this actually Ukiyo S, or is this Kamen Rider G? This is something that it really boggles my mind, but it has been confirmed to us. They officially show it to us that, hey, in this Laserized Riser, there is a Kamen Rider Geats logo ID call in the driver itself. So it really it really makes me wonder if this is actually Ukiyo S, because like there is a magazine slot for them to review and tease us the identity of Boost Mark II, and the photo that they actually gave us is actually this photo. Like it actually came from this white looking rider doing this rider kick pose. This is the pose that they actually show us. So it really makes me wonder, like, why would they tease Boost Mark II using the sponsors rider and not actually using Ukiyo as the rider that introduced Boost Mark II, something like that. So I'm really curious to see how things is gonna go, but this is actually my theory, or maybe we're actually gonna see a combination between the sponsors rider and also Ukiyo S, something like that. We're gonna see Jin and Jin and S like fusing together, something like that. Or I could say that maybe there's a possibility that this is how like the fusion actually works again. Like the armor of Jin is being worn by Ukiyo S itself. So the white color thing, the Laserized Riser actually became kind of like a rice buckle to the desired driver, something like that. Maybe that is how things is gonna go, because if we see carefully here, the driver is actually attached. The Laserized Riser is attached in front of the suit itself, and we know Kamen Rider Jin doesn't have a driver in front of the belt itself. So the driver is actually the gun itself. So what if like he can attend the gun, and the gun can be used as a rice buckle as well? So this is something that I felt like we are actually gonna see. And I just take a closer look at the big shot here, and in fact I think I am correct that the Laserized Riser is gonna be used as a it is gonna be used as a rice buckle, and that is how we are actually gonna see Boost. Okay. I am so stupid. I finally get it. So the first photo is Boost Mark II, and then the second photo is gonna be Magnum Boost Mark II, something like that. That is just my speculation. Okay, so the Laserized Riser is gonna be the power up for the Magnum rice buckle, and then we are also gonna have Boost Mark II as well. So this is gonna be really crazy, because hey man, like I don't know how to actually feel about the look of Kamen Rider Geats having the blue eye, something like that. I actually prefer him to stay on the yellow eye. The yellow eye actually looks really way more better compared to the blue eye, but they have to show some representation of I would say Jin in the suit itself as well, and therefore they actually gave him the blue eye. Okay, very interesting stuff. But another thing that I noticed about the design of Boost Mark II is how we actually have like more tails in the photo itself. Like I wouldn't say tail, but more scarf like flowing around. At first, when I look at the original design of Kamen Rider Geats, I was like thinking like, why do they actually give him a scarf? But now that I look at Boost Mark II's photo, it actually gave me an idea that, hey, what if the reason why they give him the scarf is to represent like the amount of tail that he actually have? Because remember, he is a kitsune, and a kitsune eventually can be transformed, can grow stronger, their tail can grow in a lot of numbers, and eventually they can become the QB, and therefore they become kind of the strongest kitsune out there, the QB, something like that. Okay, so now we actually get to see as using one tail, and now using Boost Mark II, he's gonna acquire 4 tail. So maybe in Boost Mark III, we're gonna see him fully transform into a kitsune and having himself a 3 tail, something like that. Okay, so really interesting stuff. But we are also gonna see we also get to see a little bit of explanation regarding how thing is gonna go. Like this photo actually show us that they are actually having a little bit of fusion, like they call it gut tie. Okay, so maybe my theory on how S is gonna take over the Laserized Riser is also gonna be a really stupid idea, but apparently this is gonna be a gut tie, something like that. So are we gonna see a fusion between Kyun and Neon and Kekara and also Keiwa, and we are also gonna see a fusion between Buffa and Meroba? This is gonna be really insane, but I love it. Okay, I just can't wait to see more of this crazy thing from Kamen Rider Geats. But fusion is something that Yuya Takahashi really love to do. Okay, I think we actually saw this in Kamen Rider Exeno. We get to see Parat and M actually having a little bit of fusion. I think at the end of the series, no, not really. Okay, they don't really have anything fusion, but there's a lot of like idea that there are 2 become 1, something like that. But yeah, really crazy stuff. But that is all from me. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know I am all over the place. At first I have this theory and then I have that theory, but I still hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below what do you think of this new Boost Mark II form and even the fusion form between Kamen Rider Jin and Kamen Rider Geats. That is all from me. Hope you enjoy, and if you like the video, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.